So, what if I told you that one of the most powerful trading philosophies out there isn't tucked away in some stuffy Wall Street textbook, but is actually hidden in a super famous line from Game of Thrones? Yeah, you heard that right. Let's get into it. Of course, Valar Morghulis. In the High Valyrian language from the show, it means simply, all men must die. It's this deep, unavoidable truth that hangs over their entire world. Okay, so what on earth does some ancient, made-up phrase have to do with your portfolio? Well, it turns out everything. Seriously, grasping this one single idea can totally flip the way you look at trading. Because when you take that phrase and drop it into the world of financial markets, Valar Morghulis translates to a simple, unshakable rule that every single trader has to face eventually. All trends must die. And that's really the heart of what we're talking about today. Think about it. No market, no stock, no crypto, nothing goes up or down forever. Every single trend has a life cycle. It's born, it gets strong, and then, it ends. So if we know all trends have to end, the big question is, how do we see it coming? How do we get ready for it? Well, there's actually a technical system out there that perfectly captures this whole philosophy. It's called Ichimoku Kinko Hyo. It's this amazing Japanese charting system, and the name literally means one glance equilibrium chart. And that word, equilibrium, that's key. It means balance. The entire point of this chart is to show you the whole story of a trend's life, its health, its balance, and its potential death, all in a single look. Now, here's where it gets really cool. The system actually helps you see this idea of a trend's life and death. At the heart of Ichimoku is the Kumo, which just means the cloud. You can literally think of it as the trend's life force. When that cloud is thick and green, the uptrend is strong and healthy. But when you see a twist in that cloud where the lines cross over, that's a huge sign that the balance is shifting. It's a warning that the trend's end might be near. All right, so how do we take this cool philosophy and actually turn it into a trading signal? It all comes down to learning how to read the vital signs, or I guess the signs of mortality of a trend. Ichimoku gives us 3 really clear symptoms that a bullish trend is getting sick. First, you have the fast conversion line crossing below the slower baseline. That tells you short-term momentum is fading. Second, the lagging span, which is just the price from 26 days ago, falls below the current price. That's a big sign of weakness. And the final nail in the coffin, the price itself actually breaks down and falls below that Kumo cloud. These aren't just little sell signals. This is basically a death announcement for the trend. Another thing that makes Ichimoku so unique is its focus on time. The system uses these specific time cycles, like 9 periods, or 26, or 42. Now, these aren't magic numbers, but they're cycles the creator noticed happening over and over in the markets. They help us pinpoint times where a trend is likely to just run out of steam and maybe reverse. It's not about predicting the exact second, it's about being prepared for when the end is likely coming. Okay, so if we accept that all trends must die, what does that mean for us as traders? What's our role in all this? Well, the answer comes from the same world, and it's just as simple. All traders must serve. Back in Game of Thrones, the classic response to Valar Morghulis is Valar Dohaeris. It means all men must serve. And for a trader, this is your new creed. You don't serve your own hopes or your gut feelings. You serve the reality of the market. And what does it mean to serve reality? It means you get out of your positions when those death signals pop up. It means you use things like trailing stops to lock in your profits before the reversal happens. You respect your risk-reward rules, and this is a big one, you just stop trying to fight a choppy, directionless market. A market where the trend is already dead. Let me put it this way. The hopeful trader fights the market. They see the trend dying, but they hope for a miracle resurrection. They ignore all the warning signs. The equilibrium trader, on the other hand, just accepts it. They accept the trend's death, they act on the clear signals the chart is giving them, and they manage their risk. One strategy is driven by pure emotion, the other is all about accepting reality. I know this all might sound a little dark, right? We're talking about death and endings. But here's the final twist. Getting on board with this idea is actually one of the most freeing things you can do as a trader. It's the liberating truth of impermanence. So why is it so freeing? Because when you truly accept that every single trade you make is temporary, that it has to end, you free yourself from the 2 emotions that wreck most traders, hope and fear. You stop hoping a losing trade will magically turn around, and you stop being afraid to take profits on a winning one. You can finally just trade with discipline and a clear head.
And the entire Ichimoku system is built to reinforce this mindset. It looks at the past with that lagging span, it analyzes the present with the price action, and it even projects into the future with that Kumo cloud. It's this whole complete picture of equilibrium, constantly reminding you that every price, every trend is just temporary.
So I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. Every single trade you enter is going to end. It's a guarantee. It'll end with a stop loss, a profit target, or a reversal. The only real question is, are you prepared for its death?